Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the USA. I would like to welcome you to the 6th episode of StormWatch. I am your host, Tyler Storm, and I'm so fucking excited for today. I've been like fangirling as like a conspiracy theorist and I guess a crazy person. This last week has been it's been like a holiday week. It's been like Hanukkah. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel just so fucking giddy right now. I'm so excited to get into the people, the places, the things, the all of the nitty gritty. But before we get started, and before we get into anything, and before we start getting into Watch of the Week or any local news, we just have to take a moment to really just be grateful for the things we have here in this world. Do you know what I mean? Like, here in America, we get commodities like pizza and grape soda and chicken, and we take these things for granted. Every day you have these things in front of you: chicken nuggets and ranch and pizza and grape soda. These things in abundance that you take advantage of. And I can't remember who said it recently, but somebody made a good point about just really enjoying good pizza and good grape soda and good chicken, you know? It's just, you can't really put into words the feeling you get when you eat pizza and you drink grape soda. Do you know what I mean? It's a whole whirlwind of effects and a whole whirlwind of feelings. But I don't know. I guess in honor of all of this, I guess we should start open by cracking open a cold one together. Am I right? Oh, yes. Grape soda is amazing, isn't it? It's one of those wonderful things that you just can't help but appreciate having in life. Do you know what I mean? There's very little that makes you just feel joy and like a kid again inside than pizza and grape soda. You know what I mean? Things you could just never live without. I don't know. Like how I feel about my watches. Like, some people feel about pizza and grape soda and chickens like I feel about my watch of the week. And that is the Tudor Black Bay 39 non-diver on the Jubilee bracelet with the anthracite dial. It's a beautiful fucking watch. A great daily. Dressed up, dressed down, dressed with everything. It's time only, so it's pretty easy read. Nothing too complicated. It's not like the other Tudors where they come with a rotating bezel and other multifunction fucking diver or GMT or whatever the case is. They got a chronograph now. Well, they've got like 8 different color chronographs now that Mark Wahlberg owns all 9 of. And yeah, no, just Tudor's a fantastic fucking brand if you guys are ever wanting to splurge and get into the lower end luxury brands. This is definitely something to consider. Their prices have gone up a little bit as has everything with the tariffs and, you know, just watch companies fucking annually raising their prices. And yeah, Tudor's one of them, but never fear, for lower end luxury, it's still a bargain. Still a fucking bargain. It's basically the little brother, little sister brand of Rolex. So I like to say it's basically a Rolex. It's not a fucking Rolex. It just makes me feel better at night whenever I say it to the missus. You know what I mean? It's basically a Rolex, baby. And she just pats me on my wrist and says, I know. I don't know. It's quite a cold feeling knowing that you can't just do the upper end stuff yet, but it's definitely not as cold as these iguanas have been feeling, because they have been just fucking falling out of the trees like seeds. It's, and you know what I recommend for all of you at home? If you see an iguana, cook it, eat it, turn it into boots, turn it into a new belt, a new purse. Like, guys, husbands, boyfriends, you want to do something nice for your lady? Give her an iguana skin purse that you made yourself. Really, think about it. Every woman at home craves iguana. Cold sends iguanas falling in South Florida, but experts say it won't control population. They're an invasive species, so don't feel bad for them. They do nothing good for our society. They're iguanas, and I think that all of them should be put on a boat and either sent back to where they're from or burned at the stake. But that's just me. I don't know. Them and the hogs. There's so many fucking hogs all around Florida. And I'm not just talking about my dick. Though commonly seen in South Florida, the reptiles are considered an invasive species that poses serious environmental and economic threats. See, the lizards are a threat to the economy. Lizards and lizard people are both threats to the economy. They're working at all levels. It's not just like the lizards in the banking system or the lizards that run Hollywood or the lizards that control the school system or the lizards that are currently running a lot of the administration or anything like that. These are the lower end lizards. You guys, I mean, everyone always worries about a classist system. How do you think these fucking lizards feel? Truly, be 100% honest with me. These iguanas look at Peter Thiel and they're like, oh, if only I could have afforded a human suit too. And then all the other iguanas just get fucking sad because they realize that they would have to sell out like half of their species in order to be able to afford to dress like Peter Thiel. They would have to kill at least 6 million iguanas before anyone would start considering like taking them seriously. You know what I mean? They would have to take like 6 million iguanas and either freeze them to death or like throw them in ovens in order for people to start like wanting to take it seriously. I don't know. Iguanas, baby. They're a threat to the environment and the economy. As temperatures dropped across South Florida this week, invasive green iguanas were left cold-stunned, immobilized, and falling from trees, prompting residents and wildlife organizations to capture the reptiles across the region and turn them into clothes. There's a line that Pharrell said in that album that just came out last summer with fucking Pusha T and Malice. He fucking says, Dior slides made from iguana. Do you not want to be like Pharrell? My viewers at home, do you not want to be like Pharrell? For real? As Jay-Z calls him. We'll be getting to Jay-Z later. Do you not want to be like For Real? I think that there's no way, like no better way to emulate some of your heroes than with iguana slides and an iguana belt. And considering the economy's going to shit right now, I mean, this would be a great budget option for food and for clothing. Think of it. Little Junior wearing new iguana slides. You get used to the iguana meat. You help the population here in Florida. You help the economy. You help you help the wildlife. All I'm saying is, my viewers at home, consider it. It would also help if we had like, I don't know, a quick way to freeze them all or dispose of them all. Like, y'all ever watch Batman? Mr. Freeze. He's got this fucking ice gun, this ice ray. Or even like for all you fucking simpletons at home, like Gru with his ice gun. You get what I mean? Just freeze ray. And then you have like 6 million iguanas that you can sell, eat, make iguana popsicles. Excuse me, that grape soda's coming up. You can boil them, mash them, stick them in your ass. You know what I mean? Like, you got options. There are options in this world. You have many options in this world. You can choose between the pizza and the chicken nuggets. They're suicidal, so I mean, they don't feel bad about you choosing between them. They're gonna be eaten no matter what. It's their fate. These suicidal pizza and chicken nuggets and iguanas, apparently. I'm not suicidal. These three things are. The iguanas are mostly suicidal because they're not Peter Thiel. Da-da-da. Videos of fallen iguanas flooded social media as temperatures dipped, but experts say the animals were not dead, only temperature stunned by the cold. Fuck! Iguanas are cold-blooded animals, so they lose muscle control without warm weather and go into dormant state, said Pierce Cannemer, founder of Iggy Trap, an organization that specializes in capturing invasive species. Capturing? Just fucking shoot them. Eat them. Boil them, mash them, turn them into shoes. If you could eat iguanas, would you? Cannemer estimates that there are tens of millions of iguanas across Florida. Though commonly seen in South Florida, the reptiles are considered an invasive species that pose serious environmental and economic threats. See, they said it again. Environmental and economic threats. The lizards. It's a lizard-person hierarchy. And it all starts fucking here in Florida. With the iguanas. They're using iguanas to make room for the desert people from the east. They're trying to dry us out. They're trying to dry out our beautiful marshlands and turn us into a fucking desert dust bowl like Arizona or fucking Iran or like every other jihadist fucking Durka-esque state. You know what I mean? Like, it starts with the fucking iguanas. It all started with, now 6 million iguanas are going to go and die. And now we're going to have a fucking campaign about how we shouldn't be being prejudiced against iguanas and how it's really us who's been being prejudiced against them. And that's why we believe that they're a threat to the environment and the economy, even though they've been kicked out of as many countries as they have been. And this state can't even afford to keep... I don't know. They are pushing burrowing owls out of their burrows, which are an endangered species here in Florida. Point. Cannemer said during the cold snap, many of them dove into gopher tortoise burrows, which are a keystone species with high conservation priority. The lizards are literally going and fucking up the native species. Where do we understand this from in history? And just trying to take their holes and trying to take their land. These lizards are just violating the holes of these fucking native species. All because they want to survive a winter. Does this remind you of anything in history? I can't fucking think of it, but I feel like this should be something that happened in history. Maybe a few things that happened in history. Whatever. Eat the iguana. Turn them into slides. Boil them. Mash them. Fuck them in their ass. Don't actually do that. I don't imagine iguanacy feels good. And it's also not legal. These are jokes. PETA, don't sue me. I'm not having sex with iguanas. There's probably somebody in South Florida who is. And they were doing it well before I said anything. Let me tell you that. Did you guys know that it's legal in several states to have sex with certain animals? Like, a horse is legal in, I think, like 18 states. This is not like me trying to promote the validity of having sex with iguanas or animals. This is me just like, do you guys realize how fucking crazy this is? We have laws specifically for certain animals and not other animals that you can get away with doing this to. I don't know if iguanas are one of those things that it's illegal to have sex with. Be the first person to find out if no one else has. Don't tell them I told you to do it, because I didn't actually tell you to do it. I don't think you should do it, but live at large and in charge, brother, sister. You know what I mean? Inside the iguana. The damage extends beyond wildlife. Iguanas are aggressive burrowers capable of digging tunnels up to 50 feet underground, leading to infrastructure failures such as collapsed sidewalks and damage to buildings, Cannemer said. So what you're telling me is that these lizards are digging tunnels under the city these lizard people are digging tunnels under the cities, under the sidewalks, and under the buildings. These lizards are burrowing, and what are they hiding under there? What could those lizard people be hiding under there? Could they be trafficking little lizard children? Could they be hiding all their little lizard schmeckle? Could they be doing weird satanic rituals in these tunnels? This reminds me of New York, when they found that one religion's tunnels. I can't remember who it was. It may have been the Jehovah's Witnesses. Catholics. Probably the Catholics. But they found tunnels in New York underneath these buildings of worship. I just don't know. I'm noticing a pattern with lizards. They like to burrow. You know what I mean? And they fuck up your sidewalks and your buildings. The reptiles also reproduce rapidly, laying between 25 and 75 eggs at a time, with many surviving adulthood. You know what? What I get out of this is that at the end of the day, you can't have too many lizards and lizard people. You can't have too many iguanas. You should kill as many iguanas as is necessary to help facilitate the betterment of your country or your state. Make Florida have less lizards again. I don't even know what that spells. Here, hold on. Make Florida have less lizards again. Mufla! That's what it is. That's my slogan. Because I can't keep doing this. You guys ever seen a fucking iguana? Those things are huge. Kill them on sight. Kill them on sight. And you definitely should kill as many iguanas as possible, because I hear that some of them were like partying on an island and trafficking people. These iguanas are kind of getting out of hand, if you ask me. I don't know. I guess who are we to judge the lizards for just trying to survive and just be people too, but I don't know. I even heard there was a lizard who was like jorking it here in Brevard earlier. He was just exposing himself on all sorts of ways to people. Deputies arrest 20-year-old man after reported indecent exposure in Vieira Target parking lot. The lizards, the iguanas are at it again. They've taken another person suit, and they're exposing themselves to us Brevardians. Excuse me. Sorry. I've had a lot of grape soda, and it just gets caught in your throat after a while, the pizza and the grape soda. You try to wash it down, but you just can't. Maybe some chicken nuggets and ranch in a little bit will make me feel better. I don't know. Melbourne, Florida. A 20-year-old Melbourne man was arrested after a woman reported seeing him exposing himself inside a vehicle in the parking lot of the Target store on North Wickham Road. You couldn't even make it out of your car to do this? You couldn't even make it out of your car to expose yourself, to show your Anthony Weiner. You couldn't even get out of your car. You see, for all you people at home, don't become a sexual predator until you're in your 30s, because you're just too immature when you're young to know where you should jack off, to know where you should not jack off, to know who you should jack off in front of, and how fast you can get away. Do you know the escape routes? I'm not saying you should do this, but you should wait till you're older, because 20 years old is a little bit young to be getting a sexual harassment charge. I mean, not sexual harassment, a fucking indecent exposure charge like this. I don't know. Maybe if he busied himself with some grape soda and pizza, he might feel better. I don't know. According to Brevard County Sheriff's Office probable cause affidavit. Oh, wait. That's the end of the sentence. Sorry, I didn't mean to start that like it was the beginning. The affidavit identifies the suspect as Tyler Bowden Stelmet. Come on, dude. Another Tyler? Another Tyler. You're giving me a bad name. You're giving us Tylers bad names. Like, why couldn't you just go and eat some chicken? Some pizza. You know what I mean? Instead, you had to jerk off in your car? You know how sad that is? You couldn't even get out. I feel ashamed of you to call you a fellow Tyler. Sorry, people who are just listening. I ate a chicken nugget. I feel like I owe it to the creators of chicken nuggets and just all my chicken nugget fans. All the people at home. Stellman 20. Investigators said the incident happened Friday, January 30th at the Target located on 8455 North Wickham Road in Vieira. I've been to that Target. I think it's nice enough to jerk off inside at least. You may disagree, but it's a clean Target. It's a clean place. The walls are already white. You could have just smeared it. I don't recommend it. I certainly hope no one ever does that, by the way. Please, dear God, for all of you at home, just know that most of this is satire. If I ever see one of you fucking knuckle draggers smearing cum on the wall of a bathroom, I might actually take the fucking paper towel dispenser and stick it up your ass. I just might. Please, this is satire. Don't ever smear your seed on the wall of a fucking Target. Save that shit for an Aldi's or a Walmart. Please. Jesus Christ, man. Please, dear God. My whole point is that he could have at least gotten out of the car. It feels like a lack of effort. It feels like this is amateur stuff. This is like he wanted to get caught doing this. Maybe he did. Excuse me. That grape soda is fighting with me. According to the affidavit, an adult female called 911 to report a male sitting in the driver's seat of a silver Ford Fiesta with his pants down below his knees and his genitals in his hand while parked in the lot. How did she know? Did she walk up on him? Did she help him? Is she the reason he was in this situation? Not saying it's her fault that he was jerking off, but it says an adult female. Anonymous tips. They often say more about the person making it anonymous than they do about the pervert. You know what I mean? And in a silver Ford Fiesta, come on, man. Come on. Just go in the Target. Just go in the Target. Investigators said the vehicle's two front windows were rolled down, making it easy for anyone walking by to see what the caller described as vulgar, indecent, lewd, or lascivious behavior. He rolled down the windows to do this. That's effort. He put in enough effort for you to see him, but he didn't put in enough effort to just go into the Target and do it. Why a Target parking lot? It could have been anywhere else. You could have gone to a Waffle House parking lot. Excuse me, a Jack in the Box parking lot. You could have gone to a Popeyes parking lot. You could have gone to, I don't know. I keep throwing this at Walmart, but you could have gone to a Walmart parking lot. You're putting a bad name on Target. The victim told investigators she was parked next to the Ford Fiesta in a higher elevated vehicle, which allowed her to see into the car more clearly. The affidavit states that after deputies later obtained a sworn audio recorded statement from the victim, she provided a description of the man who was later identified as Stellman. Thank you for calling him Stellman. He's not Tyler anymore. He lost his name privileges. You have to be one day we're going to figure something out There needs to be less Tylers, so that way the Tylers matter more. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that we should do something to the Tylers, or that we should put them in any kind of camps or anything, but wouldn't you have a happier life if you only had a few Tylers in it? The good ones. You know what I mean? Not those, like, other Tylers. We'll call ourselves the Tylers. We're going to drop that hard R and we're going to become Tylers. We will be the better versions. Wait, why do I don't even need to change that. They're not being called Tylers anymore, so there's no need to drop the hard R. So we're keeping it. It's Tylers, the good ones. You know what I mean? You call us Tylers. We say Tyler. You can't even type it in, like, text. It has to be Tyler. And when you hear my name in music, nay, nay. Don't you fucking say that shit. Deputies said they located the vehicle and contacted Stellman while he was seated in the driver's seat. He was still doing it when they caught him. They caught him cum-handed. They caught him white-handed. Or hairy-handed. I don't know the situation. The affidavit states he was the sole occupant of the vehicle and was identified by his Florida driver's license and his penis. Oh, well, that's not right. Investigators wrote that the video surveillance later confirmed Stellman was the only person in the vehicle and that no one entered or exited during the incident. Well, yeah, they were giving him privacy. They understand boundaries and decency and when to stay away. Some people don't. Like this anonymous woman. The affidavit notes a sworn statement was not obtained at the scene, but was obtained later that day by the victim. Investigators wrote Stellman was released from the scene with a trespass warning issued by Target employees. They didn't even fucking arrest him right there. They didn't even hold him. They just they just trespassed him from the Target, luckily. Not even all Targets, just this Target. The affidavit later states probable cause existed to arrest Stellman for exposure of sexual organs based on the victim's sworn statement, video footage, and his recent history of similar allegations. Similar allegations? Jail records in the affidavit list the charge as exposure of sexual organs, first offense under Florida law. The bond amount listed on the probable cause affidavit was $5,500. $5,500. That man can be out tomorrow. He probably already is out $5,500. That's $5,500. You only need to pay 10% of that. Do y'all have any clue how fucking crazy this is? Why do they just keep letting these sexual predators off? I just don't understand it. Our country has a history of always prosecuting sexual predators, no matter how high or low, and ensuring that they never get out of jail or do these things again. Our country is notorious for stopping pedophiles in their tracks and sexual harassment people. Like, think about how quickly they got Harvey Weinstein and how it only took them 20, 30 years to get him. Come on. That's like nothing in the grand scheme of things. Really. That's overnight. 20, 30 years, that's overnight business for making sure that he is arrested for sexual harassment, lewd lascivious conduct, molestation, rape, all these other different things. I think they got him for rape and a few of those other fucking things tied into it. I don't know. I'm not his lawyer. I'm not a lizard person. The affidavit also points to Stellman's prior involvement in similar incidents, including one previous case where investigators wrote probable cause was established and Stellman was arrested for the same charge. The affidavit states Stellman was placed on supervised probation for 6 months in that earlier case and that the probation was terminated early. He was jerking off in public and they terminated his sentence early on January 26, 2026, and he did it again! Which investigators noted was 3 days before the Target incident. 3 days later, just like Jesus, he rose again in his car in the parking lot and jerked the fuck off in front of these people. He is going to be getting out and getting off again within the next week. Bet money on it. Bet money on it. Go to Kalshi. In the earlier case, also documented in a BCSO probable cause affidavit, the investigators described a reported indecent exposure incident tied to a Walgreens on North Wickham Road. Walgreens, Target. You know what I think it was? He was going for nice establishments. He didn't want ugly bitches. He wanted to actually look at some decent women when he was doing this. He wanted some ladies that he could feel proud of himself for jerking off to, not some weird crack whore in front of Walmart. You know what I mean? There are crack whores in front of Walmart. Just saying. Not all Walmarts, but enough of them that it makes it a general statement. And that's disgusting. Step up your game, Walmart. Do better. According to... You should be so good that perverts want to jerk off in front of you, Walmart. Your standard has become so low that perverts don't even want to perv inside your store or outside your store. Your parking lot is not good enough to jerk off in. Walmart, step up your game. According to that 2025 affidavit, a deputy interviewed the victim in a sworn recorded statement after she reported an encounter at Walgreens. The victim said she arrived to pick up items and parked near the front of the store and where no other vehicles were located, and she returned to... When she returned to her vehicle, she reported finding a silver sedan backed in directly next to her, parked so close that she estimated only about 7 to 8 inches separated that vehicle. Same car, same crime, same cum. All I'm saying, dude, is you gotta mix it up a little. I know you're gonna be out at some point, Mr. Stellman, but can you please mix it up? You're 20 years old. You have a lot of years ahead of you. You can't just go jerking off every time you get off of probation. I mean, you can, but just not in front of other people. Like, go to somewhere where people want you to jerk off in front of them. Go on Jerkmate. Go to, like, one of those sex clubs. There's like one in Cocoa. I think it's called like 3X or something. Go jerk off there. I'm pretty sure you're old enough. You can't drink. That's the other side of the place. I don't know. Go jerk off in front of like your dog or something. You can legally jerk off in front of your dog. Don't jerk off your dog or jerk off on your dog or jerk off don't do anything to the dog, but you can legally jerk off in front of your dog if it makes you feel better. Probably doesn't make you feel any better, but you should consider all options at this point because it feels like you're starting to come up short on this crime thing. The victim described the suspect as a white male. Sounds about white. If you in his early 20s with a skinny build and shaggy light brown or dirty blonde long hair. She told investigators the man made a sexual comment then asked if he could touch it. Dude, you lost your Tyler privileges. Wow. The victim said she responded no and told him she was going to call the police because of how closely the cars were parked and the window down. The victim said she could clearly see the man's penis fully exposed and that he was masturbating, according to the affidavit. Investigators wrote the victim took a picture of the vehicle's license plate. The man fled. The affidavit states a photo lineup was later conducted and the victim identified Stellman. After investigators said probable cause was established, Stellman was located at his residence, arrested, and transported to the Brevard County Jail without issue. The bond amount listed on the 2025 affidavit was $500. 10%. This man, $50, and he was out after jerking off in front of a woman at Walgreens and asking her to touch it. You know what, dude? We've all been there. We've all wanted to ask a random woman to touch our penis in public, but you can't just fucking go and do it. That's not kosher. That's not fucking... It's unbecoming of a young man to jerk off in front of other people. No, bad. Don't jerk your penis in front of people. We need one of those like anti-masturbation crosses. Have y'all seen that meme? It's like this cross with straps on it, where if you catch your child masturbating or something, I don't know why they put like an 8-year-old in the fucking cross. What does that tell you about them? But it's for when you find your like 15-year-old jerking themselves off in front of people. You put them in the cross, you pin them up, you put on the Passion of the Christ, and you remind them what it means to be a good human and not jerk off in front of people. I don't know. There are worse things to do. There are worse things to do other than fucking jerk off in front of people. But I don't know. You got to mix it up, dude. You should find a new sexual harassment crime. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different venues you could do with your sexual harassment. Daytona Beach man sentenced to 27 years in prison for sex trafficking, abuse of women. Delon? The fuck is this name? Delon. It's either Delon or Dillon. Delon Richard Smith, 47, recruited victims with narcotics, prosecutors say. What a fucking guy. Cosby method. #1 knockout artist. You know what I mean? Fucking, yeah. 1-2 punch. The punch is something you drink. Daytona Beach, Florida. A Daytona man was sentenced on Thursday to over 27 years in prison for sex trafficking and conspiracy charges, officials announced on Tuesday. 27 years? What's it going to be like 27 years later? We're just going to call him Delon, because it's Delon Richard Smith. We're going to call him Dick Smith. Dick Smith, 47, pleaded guilty in October 2025 to 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit the same crime. This is how you mix it up, Stellman. Keep them guessing. Smith was also ordered to pay $4,800 in restitution to the 2 victims he exploited. Come on, man. Y'all are killing me with it. $4,800 to 2, split between 2 women for being trafficked and sexually abused and drugged. $2,400. Yeah, he's in jail for 27 years, but $4,800 is not going to unrape these women, and it's certainly not going to untraffic. It's not even to cover the gas for how much they were trafficked, probably. $4,800. That's probably the price. That's like half the amount of gas that have you seen gas prices? Fucking crazy. It's like half the amount of gas that was paid to traffic these women, probably. According to court documents, Smith recruited the 2 victims separately in 2021 and 2022 by offering narcotics and money-making opportunities. He got them to trick. He got them to trick themselves out. This nigga's a pimp. You should have got him for pimping charges. Wait, is that trafficking? What charges do pimps get? Is it trafficking? Somebody from the pimpistry, you need to message me and ask me, like, what are you, not you, what are these alleged people who do these alleged despicable crimes? What are they likely facing? And money-making opportunities. He posted online ads featuring 1 victim's photo and transported them to meet commercial sex buyers in Daytona Beach area. All You know what? A capitalist system needs new jobs. And maybe these women just weren't doing their part. Maybe he was trying to keep them motivated. Nowadays, OnlyFans won't cut it for everybody. Have you guys ever seen a woman's OnlyFans page? And there's just fucking... It's free. It's free. And after the free month or week or whatever is up, you only pay $1 per month. I know nothing about this. This is nothing I know anything of. But what I'm saying is, OnlyFans won't cut it always. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Sometimes you need to mix shit up. This guy is the king of mixing shit up. Fucking Dick Smith. Free my nigga Dick Smith. Prosecutor said Smith kept all the money from the commercial sex acts and regularly forced the... Fucking retarded reading. Fucking reading! Prosecutor said Smith kept all the money from the commercial sex acts and regularly forced the victims to continue working through the severe physical abuse. He punched and choked the victims while threatening them with his Bloods gang affiliation. Well, I think that explains a little bit of this. I'm not saying that all gang members are bad, or that all Bloods are bad, or that whatever. But this might explain a little bit of his actions. On one occasion, he fired a gun and held the hot barrel to the victim's face as punishment for insufficient earnings. In another incident, Smith hit a victim in the head with a gun butt and dragged her by her hair into the car after she left a hotel room without permission. Bitches need to listen. The fuck? Bitch better have my money. The fuck? I wish I could recite the pimp's prayer right now off of memory, but I can't, and I'm not about to do that to y'all. What I'm saying is, once a pimp, always a pimp. And clearly, this man has been pimping since pimping was pimping. You know what I'm saying? Free my nigga Dick Smith. He ain't do nothing wrong. Anyone who has information about human trafficking, yeah, call the hotlines and all that other stuff. But I don't know. When you really think about it, is pimping that wrong? Is what he did anything less than what we would have done? Is it any more than what we would have done? Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge these people? I don't know. And why is everyone just so willing to meet up with somebody they met online and hop in a van with them? It's astounding to me. Did any of you not get told by your parents to say no to strangers? Say no to strangers? This is something you should all remember at home. Say no to strangers. Unless that stranger is me. In which case, I'm not a stranger. I'm just a friend you haven't gotten to know yet. Said every pervy stranger ever. I don't know. Stop meeting people on social media, stop taking their drugs, and stop hopping in the van with them. Siblings rescued after alleged kidnapping by 19-year-old they met on Roblox. Why is no one listening to me? No one is listening to me. They met on Roblox? Wait, isn't Chris Hansen doing something about how Roblox is being used by pedophiles and sex traffickers to fucking stalk your children? Why is no one monitoring their children's shit enough? This is not for the government to ban the app or ban all these other things. This is you retards at home not monitoring your children's conversations and what is happening on Roblox. A 19-year-old kidnapped people. A 20-year-old's jerking off in front of Target and Walgreens, and a fucking 19-year-old is kidnapping kids. You know what? I'll give them props on one thing. A couple episodes ago, I talked about how this generation is disappointing me and how they need to like look up their crimes, or how they're not following through, or how they're not doing enough to be good criminals. I'm not saying these guys took anything from me, and I hope they didn't. But what I am gonna say is they're being original. They're having fun with it. They could do better, but I mean, they're young. And I don't know, maybe there is some hope for this generation to a degree. Not in like a good hope, but like more of just like how you hope if you're like jumping off a bed onto the floor, and it's either you fall on broken shards of glass with salt and lemon juice all over the floor, or you fall on a bed of nails. I want to fall on the bed of nails. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But it's better than the broken shards of glass and the salt and the lemon juice. You know what I mean? These kids are the bed of nails. These kids are the bed of nails that we jump on. Previously missing siblings, both girls and minors, have been located after allegedly being kidnapped by a man whom they met on Roblox and continued to speak with on Snapchat. Monitor your kids' shit. Why do perverts get Snapchat? I want my old Snapchat back, Snapchat. Why do perverts keep getting fucking Snapchat? Epstein got blocked on fucking Epstein had Xbox for years before getting blocked. And he wasn't blocked for sexual harassment. He was blocked for fucking, like, just being a dick online and calling people the, like, most awful, heinous things you could say during party chats, which is normal Call of Duty lobby. But my point is, he got an Xbox account. This pervert got a Snapchat. I want my Snapchat back. I'm not a sex pervert. I am a misunderstood miscreant. Why? Parents, stop giving your kids Snapchat. According to a press conference from this isn't the first time I've read about Snapchats being sent to somebody from minors. This is like the fucking 80,000th time I've read this. Why? According to a press conference from a Florida Sheriff's Department on Monday, the siblings ages 12 and 15 were located by the Georgia State Highway Patrol after authorities found and stopped a vehicle connected to a suspect in the case. According to an update on a Facebook post from Martin County, Florida Sheriff's Office just after midnight, early Sunday morning. What? Oh, yeah. The siblings appear to be physically unharmed, officials say. Hasser Mullah. This is a real name. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Hsermullah. Hasser Mullah. I'm going to say this with an accent, and I don't want you people at home to judge me. Hasser Mullah. Say. Oh, wait, no, it's the word said. There's say included with it. Hasser Mullah say. A 19-year-old American citizen from Omaha, Nebraska. That does not sound like an American citizen, if you ask me. Hasser Mullah say. That sounds like Chinese sauce. That sounds like the stuff you go to like a grocery, like your local store, not Target, obviously, and you pick up. Hasser Mullah say sauce. Has been charged with 2 counts of kidnapping and 2 counts of interference with child custody in Martin County and is currently jailed in Georgia. Martin County Sheriff John Budensyke said in a press conference on Monday, what the fuck are these names? I say that so often, and maybe I'm just uneducated, but just like, there are some fucking crazy names out here. We talk regularly about the importance of parents and family members being vigilant about grooming and social media platforms and the impact it has on kids, said Budensyke. And in this case, I think we prevented something disastrous. They were already kidnapped. What did you prevent? Them from being kidnapped again while they were already kidnapped? Kidnapping enhanced? Adding that he did not know what the suspect planned to do. He planned to molest the children. At the press conference, Budensyk described the rescue of the children as well as the events leading up to the alleged abduction. Budensyk said the girls had gone missing early Saturday evening, and earlier in the day, the siblings had their cellular devices removed as punishment for attending a local park before leaving home again to meet the suspect. You know how fucking hilarious that is? They didn't even have their phones on them. They did not even have their phones on them, and they still got molested. Maybe this is more about how parents should let their children have phones, but monitor the phones? What is the lesson here? What are we supposed to learn from this? I don't know. Deputies said family members alerted them to a potential suspect who had been identified by the family in summer 2025 through Snapchat. Again, pervs with Snapchat. The family member suggested to our deputies that an individual on the app may be involved with these girls disappearing, said Budensyk. When looking through the girl's device, deputies found a constant thread of communication between the individuals and these two young girls to include the suspect. It sounds like they signed themselves up for this. Why are we not blaming these kids? How do we know they didn't want to get trafficked? I'm not the only one thinking it. Sorry for all you people who hate to hear someone eat. That's the sound of delicious pizza that I have consumed. Pizza. And now grape soda. Nothing to wash down a good bite of pizza like some grape soda. Someone else said that quote recently, I'm pretty sure. Or something similar. Can't remember who exactly, but appreciate the pizza while you can. Appreciate the grape soda while you can. Thread of communication between this individual and the two young girls to include the suspect. Driving to Indiantown, Florida to pick these girls up and leave, Budensyk said. Budensyk added the deputies at that point were dealing with a type of abduction, noting these girls went willingly, but their age suggested that they had been taken and were probably removed from our area. So you admit that it's their fault. You people astound me. You blame the kids, but now this guy is getting charged. Get your shit together. The sheriff said they believe the communication between the girls and the suspects started in the summer of 2025 on the gaming application Roblox before moving to Snapchat. The family told us that they saw some weird things that were going on involving gifts, especially food for the most part. What the fuck is it? Oh, this is him. This is the way he speaks. The family told us they saw some weird things that were going on involving gifts, especially food for the most part, showing up to the house, said Budensyk. Adding it amounted to what authorities believe was a grooming process that the suspect was doing with these young girls. Sounds like they groomed him. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. All I'm saying is they might have peer pressured him. Peer pressure. It's a powerful drug. It is a powerful drug, my friends. Imagine somebody holding a gun to your head and saying, do this or this will happen. Peer pressure's strong. You know what I mean? When a gun is to your head, are you not going to eat that pizza? Are you not going to talk to that person on Roblox? Are you not going to hop in their van? Are you not going to be trafficked? Just really think about your actions and what you would have done. Are you any better than a 12 and a 15-year-old girl? Are you? I've seen some of the people that, you fucking ogres bring home. I have seen what some of you call your partners. If you were a 12 or 15-year-old girl, if you were this 12 or 15-year-old girl, you would have been trafficked. I've seen the things that you people sleep with. You would have gladly been trafficked. You probably still would be trafficked, some of you. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is a This is sad reality. But I digress. The sheriff said the suspect allegedly left Omaha, Nebraska on Friday morning and arrived in Indiantown on Saturday morning. The original Facebook post detailing the missing siblings said that the authorities were urgently searching for two missing sisters from Indiantown, Florida. Budensyk said authorities were able to track a suspect vehicle and route of travel for the suspect back to Nebraska before the Georgia State Police located and pulled him over. In the initial post, the sheriff's office shared that the investigators believe that the girls, who were at least last seen around 5 p.m. on Saturday, may be in the custody of an unknown adult Asian male. All I'm saying is that explains the name a little bit. What was it? It was Sun Wukong or Chun Li or Hasur Mulase. Asian sauce. Am I wrong? It's like a new type of soy sauce. God damn it, I just lost it trying to find his name. Device is removed. Family told us, saw weird things like his penis on Roblox. That's not what they said. I'm adding that, but you never know. He might have shown him his Robloxy penis. Of an adult Asian male. A photo of the male was attached to the photo, as well as a photo of the siblings. Detectives believe the girls may have met this individual online. An Amber Alert is in the process of being issued as detectives work urgently to locate them, the post continued. At the press conference, Budensyk reiterated concerns over online communication platforms. There is no application online that's safe, he said. If you can communicate with somebody away from your house in the quiet of your own room, it can be a problem. Yes, especially for a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old and however many Evan-year-olds you need to be. So parents have to be vigilant. Budensyk added of the suspect he was passive, but he didn't provide any statements. I wonder why he's passive. You caught him trafficking whatever. This man must have been like Humbert in the making, you know what I mean? But he doubled up. He got 2 Litas, you know what I mean? He got 2 lows. 2 for the low. It was not immediately clear if the suspect had retained an attorney. Roblox Chief Safety Officer Matt Kaufman said in a statement to ABC News on Monday. We are investigating this deeply troubling incident and will fully support law enforcement. Roblox has robust safety policies. Clearly not. Robust safety policies? This is like the 8,000th time this has happened in the last 365 days. Has robust safety policies to protect users that go beyond many other platforms and advanced safeguards that monitor for harmful content and communications. The statement continued, we have filters designed to block the sharing of personal information, don't allow a user to use your image or video sharing, so he didn't show his Robloxy penis, and recently rolled out age checks globally to limit kids and teens to chatting with others their age by default. Well, what if Epstein said he was 15 while he was doing his Xbox chats? How are you going to verify these kids? You going to make them show you different things of them? You going to monitor their every move? You going to, as if you already don't. While no system is perfect, our commitment to safety never ends, and we continue to strengthen protection to keep users safe. Yeah. They just keep reiterating the fact that they are doing stuff to safeguard against perverts. Snapchat users must be at least 13 years old to create an account. According to the company's website, younger Snapchat users, those between 13 and 15, do not have access to public profiles. And yeah, it doesn't stop them from viewing other people's public profiles and shit, or commenting to them, or saying anything to them, or whatever. It's I don't know. It astounds me that people are willing to do these things and go out of their way to use a beautiful app like Snapchat to do something other than send a penis to your partner. I did nothing wrong and I lost my Snap. I posted weed. Maybe I posted some of it for sale. I didn't, allegedly. But, like, I should be able to try to get my Snapchat back. I think that's something that, like, they should put in there should be an appeals process. You get what I mean? Or can I like pay a set amount and get my Snapchat back? Because I would sooner pay to have a Snapchat than I would to donate to anyone in Minneapolis. Please, I want my Snapchat back. Give me my original Snapchat. I ask you Snapchat. Or I'll buy you one day. These are your options. I will buy you, or you can give me the Snapchat. I don't know. Why do perverts always get the good things? I just don't understand why perverts and pedophiles and all of these weird people keep getting off with such minimal fucking charges, and why they keep getting off, and why they keep fucking having Snapchat. They just keep being allowed to have their original Snapchat, and it bothers me. I don't know. Maybe I need to see a doctor for this type of anguish and angst. Maybe they need to see a doctor so that way they can get over their weird need to jerk off in front of people. That might be something they should look into. Florida doctor accused of stealing nearly $3,000 worth of merchandise at Target. Maybe not this doctor. We should see another doctor. Not one that's known for... What the fuck is that thing? What the fuck? That's the doctor? That's the fucking doctor? That thing looks like it needs a doctor. Jesus Christ. Y'all remember Timon from The Lion King? It looks like he dyed his hair blonde and then got like fucking jaw surgery. What the fuck is that? That's a fucking elf. Jesus Christmas. Lipstick on a pig, lipstick on a crack whore. Holy fuck. Those eyebrows are thicker than a fucking elephant leg. What is that thing? That's a doctor? What does she practice? White woman witchcraft? What is that? This looks like one of those androgynous lizard people that they try to warn you about in like every dystopian nightmare novel from the 1950s. Holy fuck. She needs a lawyer. Stat. What she needs is a wig, less lipstick, maybe a friend, and clearly a loan because she's stealing $3,000 worth of stuff from Target. A doctor in Florida was arrested after allegedly trying to steal nearly $3,000 worth of merchandise at a Target store and was caught driving a stolen luxury car. Maybe this doctor needs a doctor. Fucking klepto. What the fuck? I didn't try to defend you. No part of me wants to defend you, actually. Like, I feel bad that I have to look at this. And at some point, I'm going to show this to you people, and you'll understand what I mean. She looks like she molests goats in the middle of the night. She looks like she became a gynecologist just so she could fist women. She looks like she shoots ducks and then kicks dogs to death while their partner is asleep. And then she gets turned into some kind of animal, whatever that animal may be, the worst kind of animal. Lizard people. Fucking iguana. Lindsay J. Minshew, 40, allegedly stole $2,716.61 worth of merchandise during a shoplifting spree at the Target store in Jacksonville, Florida on January 16th, according to online records from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. You know, go big or go home. I always say that on this show. You should always don't just fall in line with everyone else. Don't just do the same crimes as other people. And don't, I normally say try not to look the same as everybody else, but this woman should definitely try a little bit harder. Oh my God, man. This is like if the other mother from Coraline did like fucking crack or meth and then tried to decorate herself for Coraline afterwards. This is just... Ugh. Minshew is a practicing... What the fuck just happened there? Minshew is a practicing medical doctor who completed her residency at the prestigious Mayo Clinic in 2017. She's worked in Florida since 2012 but holds a secondary license in Pennsylvania, both of which expire in January 2027. She probably was planning on not renewing and had to have a backup option. I think that if you're trying to figure out if stealing is your thing, you should go with smaller portions. But I do respect the effort. According to the records, Florida Department of Health. The well-meaning Target employee who reported Minshew's alleged theft did not specify which items were taken, how many, or how she got out of the store with that value of merchandise. I wonder if she fucking boofed that shit. Where'd she stuff it? Woman goes to buy a toy for her kid or some lipstick. God. It smells like fish. Fucking. She goes to put it up to her lips. Ugh. Low tide. Fucking goes to put mascara on and gets pink eye. These things happen. Police said that Minshew pulled a black 2024 Porsche 911. Damn! This bitch went big. You know what? Fucking game recognized game. Fucking free Miss Minshew. Free, you know what? She needs a makeover. She needs a little bit of love. She needs to stop stealing shit. She's a doctor. She can afford this stuff, clearly. Especially if it's been since 2017. That's almost 10 years you've been a doctor. You've paid off your medical school. And if you haven't, you're stupid. Or you look like her and nobody wants you to be their doctor. Oh my God, man. But I respect the game. Fucking police said Minshew pulled a black 2024 Porsche 911, which cost upward of $130,000, into the Target parking lot 30 minutes before she entered the store. Her flashy vehicle, though, was apparently also stolen, according to the report. When Minshew was booked on January 23rd, she rolled into the station with a full face of makeup. Yes, a full face of fucking something. It looks like a clown fucked her face. It literally looks like Bozo the Clown got her on her knees and then just ming right down her throat. And when he nutted, it just did clown makeup on her face. That's the effects of giving head to a clown. Full face of makeup, complete with filled-in eyebrows and bold pink lipstick. Yes. Yes, her bleach blonde hair was buzzed close to her head. Just to describe, I'll actually give you guys a better description now. This woman has beady eyes, high cheekbones, sucked in face, big Angelina Jolie lips with pink lipstick on, pointed chin, elfish ears. I don't know how to describe this. They're just... Maybe it's just the shape of her fucking head and everything. Eyebrows that look like that one actor from Meet the Millers or We're the Millers or whatever the fuck it is. Something about the Millers, the people who smuggle weed from Mexico back to the U.S. She's got his eyebrows. She's got the same hair as Eminem in 2001. And she's like this thin. This thin. Not this thin. Minshew was charged with grand theft of an amount between $750 and $4,999, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Officials didn't say if she will face charges related to the stolen car. Why is everyone getting charges dropped? Everyone's just getting their charges dropped right now. What did I do wrong? Mine aren't getting dry. What is this? All I had was weed and a pistol. Both. Well, okay. Well, one was legal. The other was not legal. Believe it or not, the weed was the not legal part. She's only getting charged for steal. She stole a fucking 911. I wish I had that fucking little diorama 911 thing up here for this. I didn't even think about that for today. I was so focused on the pizza and chicken and grape soda and ranch. I was too excited to even think about something like this. 911. She stole a fucking 911 and she's fucking only getting the goddamn Target charges. Do you guys have any clue what a spit in the face to... It's unclear if Minshew's illicit retail therapy will have any impact on the validity of her medical license. Quote, yay! She can still keep practicing. Just one state away, a Georgia elementary school assistant principal was accused of brazenly stealing 98 items worth about $1,000 from Walmart using a quote-unquote stacking scheme at self-checkout kiosks. See, this is why we need to bring workers back to Target and all of these other stores. I don't like self-checkout. It's nice sometimes when you're fucking ripped off your ass and you've taken too many dabs, or you're like a few drinks in and you had to stop at the store for something on the way back, whatever the case is. Not that you should go to the stores high, or that you should go to the stores drunk, or that you should go to stores and jerk off in their parking lots or anything like that. But one might imagine these things happen. And I think that, I don't know, it's better that you look these people in the eyes when you're higher than a kite and say, yes, I do want $38 worth of frozen pizzas, $62 worth of chocolates, $14 worth of soda, and $4 worth of water. Will that be cash or card? Discount coupons and EBT. Just say it's Titusville. Just say it's Titusville. Or I guess now, whatever you got. Maybe they'll start using like hand jobs as a way to start paying for things. One handy is worth $50. If you could wear a glove, I'm sure so many of you would take that up. I might get a job at Target at that point. You know what I mean? Discount would be like half a hand job. You just give somebody a chub or you like get them wet and then you walk away. What if there's two people working and then you have to finger blast one while you're like stroking the other? Or you have to finger blast both of them, but your stuff still needs to get checked out and you need to put it in the basket. How does this work? Can you allow assistance from other people who are helping you check out? We need to start considering more methods of trade within our economy, because things are not looking good. And I think that hand jobs and fingerings and all of these other things might be good, valuable trades. I can tell you something, people get trafficked for it. I read something the other day about people getting trafficked all the time. I mean, not all the time, but like there was a big scandal about it. A lot of celebrities and politicians and other stuff. You know, they were trafficking people for hand jobs too. Maybe a hand job and all of these other things are worth more than just a hand job in life. Is a good fingering or a good handy not worth your time? At least $50 of your time? Come on. I don't know how the fuck I got there. Where the fuck did I even start off with that? Oh yeah, what if this retail therapy will have any impact on the validity of her medical license? I don't know how the fuck I got... Okay. Using a stacking scheme at self-checkout kiosks. That's what it was. It was the self-checkout kiosks. I don't like the self-checkout kiosks. I think we should bring back workers more into the checkout environment. Even if we have to offer hand jobs for discounts for people who can't afford to pay for things. I'm not about to go back down that. Self-checkout kiosks at superstores rely on flimsy. Self-checkout kiosks at superstores rely on flimsy security camera and their eagle-eyed employees to make sure each customer is paying for each item. See, you have to have employees there, so why are you not just having them check you out? Courtney Janelle Shaw, 47, allegedly placed multiple items. How did we get to this other bitch? I don't care about her. They're just trying to divert my attention to another woman and not focus on Dr. Minshew. Free Dr. Minshew. Free Dr. Minshew. Free the good doctor. She went big, and I hope she goes home because she does not deserve this. You know, there are bad doctors out there. There are really, really bad doctors out there that are just trying to do heinous things like chop off your children's wee-wees and stick stuff up your children's butts or their little tiny vaginas. It's disgusting. There are bad doctors out there. People do that too that aren't even doctors. I don't know how they got there to do that. You can ask Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein? No. The financier? Whatever. So you ask Epstein. There are bad doctors. There are bad doctors. This woman was a good doctor. But you got to be aware and beware of the bad doctors. Suspected biolab discovered in Las Vegas home sparks federal investigation. You know, I'm all for home practices and I'm all for working from home and stuff like that. But I think that this doctor took it too seriously. Maybe if Dr. Minshew had listened, she wouldn't be arrested. And maybe if this person had listened to Dr. Minshew, they wouldn't have a fucking biohazard fucking virus lab in their house in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Does that include active terrorism? Does that include like fucking leaking viruses to the public and engineering viruses at your house? Maybe it does. Maybe all of these people should have just done what they needed to in Vegas and everyone would have forgot. Maybe if that man was trafficking those young ladies or the doctor was stealing in Vegas, if all of these people did things, if Epstein did things in Vegas, do you think they would have been caught? Do you think that anyone would have actually wanted to bring them up on charges? Because the more I think about it, if what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, it seems like a pretty safe place. Vegas seems like from what it sounds like, Vegas seems like a safe haven, if you will. A place for people to go and set themselves aside from the world in a beautiful oasis of love and endearment. Las Vegas, a suspected biolaboratory found in a Las Vegas home and now under investigation by authorities is linked to the owner of an unauthorized California biolab who was arrested in 2023, officials said Monday. So this guy has a habit of doing this, of creating biolabs in his house. Some people make meth, some people bake bread, some people molest children, some people engineer viruses. Hobbies, baby, hobbies. Some people like beadwork. Some people like drawing. Some people like eating pizza and drinking grape soda. Some people like storing bioengineered viruses. SWAT officers served a search warrant on Saturday after receiving a tip that a biolab was located at the house on the city's east side, according to a statement from a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Officers took one person, the property manager of the residence, into custody, but there was no immediate information about possible charges. Why is no one getting charged anymore? I'm like, our fucking sheriff is ready to arrest everyone going 3 miles over the speed limit. And these people who have biolabs and are trafficking people and are jerking off in front of people are getting no charges. Our sheriff is fucking out here writing search warrants for people who are going 10 miles over the speed limit or maybe swerved like slightly while they were adjusting the radio. And now these people who have fucking like COVID and Ebola and measles and HIV and fucking the bubonic plague all in a fucking refrigerator just get to walk scot-free with no fucking... What is this? Why? I know I'm like very passionate right now about this, but I feel like this is just... All jokes aside, what the fuck is this? Law enforcement seems to be fucking failing at an all-time high lately. Last week I read about 2 officers that were jerking people off in the fucking prison system here in Titusville, in Brevard, just up the road. I can drive, it's 15 minutes away from where I am now, where this officer was smuggling in drugs and jerking off the inmates. This is absurd. Do you have any... And they didn't even put them up on the whatever. You know what? I'm going to sidestep real quick and come back to this. Our sheriff's department has a fugitive of the week. It's where they take a fucking wheel, that like spinny wheel on that app, and they insert the names of the like highest bonded criminals or the most ridiculous criminals of the week or whatever. And then they they spin it. And they make a whole fucking segment joking about the criminals from this town. It's absurd. It's disgusting. It's actually one of the most horrendous things that I've seen an officer do in our recent years in this town. Because it's just, man, all you're doing is ripping into your community. And I know that sounds kind of bass-ackwards coming from me, but this is satire. This is jokes. This is stuff for me to go ha-ha with you. This is not me just demeaning constantly the fucking general members of my society who may or may not simply be at odds ends or just speeding. Like, just even speeding. But they didn't put the other 2 officers, the 2 female sheriffs who were jerking off like people in the jail and smuggling drugs in. They were smuggling drugs in and fucking the inmates. And they are not mentioned on this week's Wheel of Fugitive. Fugitive of the Week. Wheel of Degenerate. Wheel of, like, how... I'm normally not one to promote civil society and cops and all these other things and that people do well and that people go and do better things, but you would hope at least at some level the police would try harder to, here in Vegas, like 2 months ago or however many months ago, I can't even remember now with everything that's been happening, there was an Israeli tech head that was arrested for allegedly meeting up with a 12-year-old, trying to meet up with a 12-year-old. Vegas Police Department still have this open and the man has not been extradited to here and likely won't be. He wasn't the only one. He was with a group of like fucking 8 other guys. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess. I mean, that man's not getting charged, and this charge is getting thrown out. So I guess if there's one thing I've learned, and what you can take away from this, is if you're going to commit a crime, whether it's trafficking someone, molesting someone, creating bioengineered viruses, fucking molesting children, going out of your way to eat pizza when you shouldn't be eating pizza, hooking, tricking, fucking, whatever the hell you want to say, whatever you want to do, drugs, all that shit. Go to Vegas, baby. Go to Vegas. And now back to this. SWAT officers served a search warrant Saturday, tip biolab. Officers, 1 person. No immediate information about possible charges. Investigators located evidence of possible biological material, including refrigerators containing vials with unknown liquids, the statement said. Not a good sign. Nowhere in the history of anything biolab is unlabeled liquids in a fridge a good sign of anything. Just say, did anyone ever watch Resident Evil, the first movie? That movie shows you perfectly what happens when you let somebody have access to unlabeled fucking vials of viruses. They become zombies, and now you have to have Mila Jovovich go around and bust heads. It was a fantastic series. I really liked it. I digress. Authorities said there is no threat to the public. No threat to the public? What do you mean, no threat to the public? Random biolab in Las Vegas. Okay. Sheriff Kevin McMahill said, the fucking Irish bastard, you goddamn Mick. No wonder. They're okay with every form of crime. Sheriff Kevin McMahill said the home is owned by a man who was arrested in 2023 on charges of not obtaining the proper permits to manufacture tests for COVID-19, pregnancy, and HIV, and mislabeling some of the kits for a biolab in Reedley, California. You know, you can get away with a lot of shit nowadays. The owner, Jai Beiju. What the fuck is the owner? I swear to God, Jaibeizhu. Jai Beiju is scheduled to go on trial in that case in April. His attorney, Anthony Capozzi, in Italian, said Monday that his client has been in federal custody for 3 years. Yes, I fucking wonder why. Unknown liquids, creating fake fucking tests for these things. He is not involved in any kind of biolab being conducted in a home in Las Vegas, Capozzi said. What went on in that residence we are unaware of. So you're saying that it didn't happen, but you're saying that you're unaware of what happened. Law enforcement took special precautions when serving the warrant on the Las Vegas home, including using a robot to clear the home and taking multiple air samples, McMahill said. Hazmat team worked to remove items from the home. In an interview Tuesday with Fox News, FBI Director Kash Patel... Yeah, okay, you're going to ask Kash Patel for more advice... Okay, he is a fucking Nimrod moron, by the way. That man is everything retarded about a fucking FBI agent that we could have ever not wanted. Especially with like the Epstein thing and all that stuff. We're going to get to him and all of these people here in a little bit. Don't you fucking worry. That's the thing I've been so excited about. I've been fucking... Oh, holy shit, man. In an interview Tuesday with Fox News, FBI Director Kash Patel said 1,000 samples from the home have been shipped across the country to the agency for analysis. The FBI is collecting that evidence and is taking it to our lab for further analysis, Patel said. Once we have those results, we can produce further charges. That's it? That's it. There's no other precautions. There's no people should be on the lookout for this. There's no... You guys remember when COVID started back in, I think it was like 2020? There was a random house found, and I think it was like California or something, that had vials with like just random viruses, COVID and other things. Right when COVID started? I don't know. Seem kind of familiar with the pattern? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do COVID 2.0, Kung Flu 2.0 here soon. I just... Is no one else seeing a little bit of a pattern? Am I crazy? Another Vegas crazy thing happens. Probably next week there's going to be a mass shooting or something crazy like that, and then they're going to say that it was tied in with fucking ICE or these anti-ICE protesters, or it's going to be somebody who is doing anti-Asian whatever, and then all of a sudden we're going to have another virus in the next year. Whatever the fuck it is. Don't take me like 100% too like ready to go to war over that. This is just me going off and saying it's kind of interesting, the reoccurrences and similarities and different things, but I'm also just a crazy guy. What do I know? Fuck do I know? I'm just a simple man. Jenny, why are you tested biolabs with HIV? I don't know why I just started gumping it. I don't know. I started thinking about the sheriffs from last week and the fucking Gump Barbie. It's been on my head. I can't explain it to you. It's a lot of things have been on my head. Like, for instance, I've said this before, but I can't stand celebrities, and I just want to take a minute to talk about this because the other day, Billie Eilish, at this award ceremony, whatever the fuck it was, the Grammys, she said, "No one is illegal on stolen land." And I just want to take a moment to break this down for all of you fucking simpletons at home. Any native who says no one is illegal on stolen land is actually wanting like land back or to fight for getting reparations or whatever it is. No one is illegal on stolen land is retarded because of one simple fact. You cannot promote the ideology that other people should be allowed on your land and allowed into your place, and then somehow promote land back for the natives. It just doesn't add up. You can't. What it sounds like is they're trying to goat people into playing into their causes, because she also said fuck ICE, and all these other protesters said fuck ICE. Fucking Bad Bunny and SZA and and they wore these pins, and it was Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and fucking all these fucking artists. And it started with Mark Ruffalo. Does nobody realize how fucking pretentious these people are? I don't know. It always just seems so ridiculous to me that these fucking celebrities 24/7 get up on these soapboxes and preach to you about what you should be doing and who you should be fighting for and who you should be saying fuck you to. It's always them having some self-righteous battle with the world because they finally made enough money to be able to battle against the world. It kind of astounds me too, just how fucking how kind of hollow it all is. I can't lie and say anything else other than it's hollow. Like, no one is illegal on stolen land. Okay, so that means even the settlers and the colonizers and these fucking whiteys that you say you hate are not illegal on the land that they stole. Because of the fact that no one is illegal on stolen land, this means that even the people who raped, murdered, pillaged, stole, conquered are not illegal on the land that they allegedly stole. So it's either they are on stolen land and they're illegally on it, or no one's illegal and everyone should just have fucking free game capitalist access to the entirety of what the land is. It becomes fucking annoying at some point that these people are not at the protests. These people go back to multi-million-dollar houses, and this is something I'm about to get to here in a second. It's easy to scream at people about the lives they should be fucking living when you found a way to perfect yours and are doing all that. Not a fan of them. I find them to be quite a bunch of annoying fuckholes. And you know what? I think that even though she's not an actress, Billie Eilish should be an honorary fag. You, ma'am, are an honorary fag. Billie Eilish is a fag, and that's okay. Because fags stand for unity. Fags stand against oppression. Fags stand against hate. Fags stand against whatever she's standing for, or whatever Mark Ruffalo's standing for, or whatever fucking any of these fucking people are standing for. Bad Bunny, it's just... Billie Eilish faces calls to return her $3 million mansion to native tribe or house migrants after Grammy declaration that no one is illegal on stolen land. See, this is like the thing. It's like, she's 24. I think that's so much fucking funnier. She's younger than me by 3 years. This is a fucking child by all accounts. It's... Wow. $3 million mansion, 24 years old. And you're going on tour still, it's got to be nice to tell people fuck ICE and how they should be reacting to all of these situations. Last week it was her saying, "Hey celebrities, will you guys, hey celebrities, you gonna speak out or And now this week, it's fucking her and a bunch of pretentious douches wearing more pins, and everyone just keeps giving these long speeches. And not even, if they're not even long speeches, they're just fucking annoying. Why can't you just accept your awards and go on about your business? Why can't you guys just like not make every day of our lives about something awful? I make awful jokes, but you people make awful things prevalent in our daily lives. We get to see and hear about the awful. I keep whacking my mic. Apologies for anyone who hears that thudding. We get to hear and see your fucking opinions on the matter so much constantly, and you people just shove it down our throats. It is the definition of oral sodomy. It's fucking rape. And it's not fun because every single time there's an award ceremony nowadays, every time there's a fucking shooting, every time there's a this, I get to hear some fucking singer talk about how we should be all getting along and stuff like that. Or I get to hear some actor who's like a fucking B-list actor that got godfathered into the Marvel universe scream about how we should be good to each other. It's not that I don't think that we should be good to each other. It's just, does nobody else as a grown adult find it offensive that this child or these other adults feel they have so much sway over you in your life based off of some opinion they give online? Does no one else just feel a smidge offended that these deviant gargoyle mongoloid homunculus things are going around trying to tell you what you should feel and how you should live about all of these fucking things? Like, why do, I don't know. And I understand you should care about issues because it could wind up where you are and all that other stuff, and it could very well wind up where you are, where I am, where any of us are. But it's just, you don't have to live with it in your face every day. Like, Donald Trump is not your life. ICE is not your life. These celebrities are not your life. It's just all of these fucking bombings in here and raids here and mass shooting. It's, guys, sometimes it is easier just to laugh. And this is me just digressing a little bit because I don't even begin to. Pop star Billie Eilish has been hit with calls to either return $3 million Los Angeles mansion to Native America. I already read that part. The 24-year-old singer won a Grammy for her hit song Wildflower. I've never heard it. And then she used it to make a fucking speech. As grateful as I feel, I honestly don't feel I need to say anything, but that no one is illegal on stolen land. I don't understand how you win an award. You're 24, you win an award. Why can't you just take your W and walk away? Why does it have to be a fucking soapbox speech? Eilish said, referencing the colonization of Americas by Europeans, not the colonization of, one, the Americas, two, Native Americans and whatever peoples who were here, all that shit. It's, as she stood alongside her brother Phineas, who co-wrote and produced the song, Eilish continued to address, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now, and I just feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and people matter, she said. Yeah, people matter, but you are maybe I just sound like a hateful old man. These goddamn kids and they're fucking this and they're that and it's just... At one point, can we as Americans just enjoy our daily lives, at least for a second, without getting preached to by a fucking 24-year-old that lives in a $3 million mansion? Like, even if it's not a $3 million mansion, the money generated from these tours, and I understand how deals work and all this other stuff, and it's licensing. Does she own the actual rights to her shit and all that? I get it all, but like the money generated from these tours and what it affords these people, even if some of them are in debt, debt affords some of these people is astounding compared to what debt affords the average person. And just the audacity. She concluded her brief but impassioned speech by shouting, "And fuck ICE. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry." Oh, fuck. This isn't cute. This isn't cutesy. I don't wish this upon her. I don't wish this upon her. But one of these days, there's a chance that this woman could have ICE show up at her show. Just like anyone could. I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope they don't show up to anyone's show. I hope to God ICE doesn't show up for Bad Bunny's thing either. That's just, or maybe they should. Double down on it, God damn it. Have the ICE troopers parachute in at the halftime show. Have Erica Kirk lead the ICE troopers in to arrest Bad Bunny. Yes. Yes, I just made it awesome. I just made what was terrible racism, hilarious, and action-packed. Maybe you don't have to arrest him, but at least it would be fun to scare the piss out of him in the audience, no? Just have like Erica Kirk and the ICE troopers parachute down on stage and they just make eye contact with Bad Bunny, and before anyone can run, they just start fucking dancing. They start hitting the Macarena. Or what do the kids do now? They floss, they gimp, they goon, I don't know, what do kids do nowadays? They 6'7" or something? They 6'7" themselves? It doesn't sound like fun. Her comments had many in the crowd cheering her on, but people online quickly dug up political commentator Eric Daughtry, along with others, quickly uncovered that Eilish's lavish mansion is located on land that belonged to the Tongva tribe, the indigenous people of Greater Los Angeles Basin. Really, my entire point of this, and I'm not going to keep fucking reading this, is that it's always rich white celebrities that have the most opinions about not only what indigenous, native, whatever minority group you want to call it, black people and gay people and Asian, they always have the most opinion about what minorities and people who have less than a fraction of their wealth should be doing with their time, their lives, their donations, their pace. I'm not saying that they're awful people, but I'm saying that they're terrible people. Do you know what I mean? Like, would it not be great just to, like, for a year, just to not have anyone make a speech that is about some activist movement? Wouldn't it be nice if people stopped going to colleges in their sparkling sequin pantsuits and stop touring around and preaching about the gospel, so that way we might be able to breathe? I don't know. I feel can we go a month without us invading somebody? Probably not, but whatever. I support it all. You know what? Fuck it. Pro-ICE, pro-invasion. Thank you, Billie Eilish, for your commentary. Friend of the show. Not quite reached enemy of the show yet. You're an honorary fag, though. It's a good thing for you. Honorary fags. Celebrities, man. They're something. They're something. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we've had so many of them around for so many years, and we've had so many. I mean, our president's a celebrity. Like, that's it. He was a celebrity before he was even considered to be our president. It's just Celebrityism, it's everywhere. I think that's probably why these celebrities feel they have so much fucking opinion at this point, is because our president is a celebrity. So they feel like their voice is now all of a sudden like gospel. It's like gospel preaching. And it's a beautiful thing that we're leading towards, I guess I could say. And I miss old-fashioned celebrities. I miss, like, good old-fashioned... How do you say... Old-fashioned Hollywood celebrities. Like Harvey Weinstein. I miss Harvey Weinstein. Free Harvey Weinstein. He's innocent. He ain't do nothing wrong. All he did was allegedly rape young women. Like Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z, stay out of jail. I heard you and Harvey were allegedly passing back and forth a 13-year-old girl on Epstein's dime and time. You know, not saying that you were, but this is what I've been talking about and what I've been wanting to get to, people. We're at the Epstein portion of the episode. So if you want to skip ahead, if you want to scroll back and listen through and touch yourself to the sound of my beautiful voice, then do so. I approve of that. But if you want to hear some fucked up shit, then get ready. Because I'm going to start with just probably one of my favorite stories in the entire thing that I've read. And I don't mean favorite as in I think this is good. I mean favorite as in what fucking terrible people we have just allowed to come into the fray and just bestow their loving, generous hands upon us, all over us, in the places we didn't want touched and the places we did want touched. I'm talking about Bill Gates. Okay, here, hold on. Before we even get to Bill Gates, last week, or the week before, whatever it is, within the last week and a half, the DOJ, the Department of Justice, released 3.5 million Epstein files, emails, videos, audio tapes, fucking photo recordings, everything you could imagine. You know, I mean, everything you could imagine with like 80% of it redacted, but everything you could imagine in the 20% of the 3% of the Epstein files we got. And there's a lot of stories that have been circulating, a lot of photos that have been circulating, and it makes you start to wonder what's real and what isn't. And some of these people I've had issues with for a long time because I just find them to be evil, vile human beings, and that's coming from me. That is, I do want to be very clear that me calling these people evil and vile is like, sounds like the pot calling the kettle black, but really, it's like an apple calling the kettle black. Like, I'll be 100% honest, these fucking people are crazy. Okay, to get into it, to Mr. Billy Boy Gates, Billy Boy. He allegedly gave his wife an STD that he got from sleeping with a Russian hooker that Epstein sourced for him. He may have sourced that from Putin. We don't know. Putin was mentioned in the Epstein files at least once, twice, maybe 1,000 times. But the point is Billy Boy got an STD from one of these little Russian huas that he sourced from Epstein. And he had messaged Epstein requesting antibiotics he could slip his wife without her knowing because Billy Boy had given his wife an STD. Isn't that fantastic? Bill Gates gave his wife an STD and had to request fucking antibiotics that he could slip into his wife's drink just so that way she'd never know she got an STD. I saw an interview where it talked about why they got divorced, and she said one of the big things was it was always about openness or privacy or whatever. Communication, that's the big thing. I think that this might go under communication issues. I don't know if this qualifies entirely as communication issues, but one could imagine so. I wonder if she ever found out that she had the STD. Did Billy get the fucking the vaccine, the fucking whatever it is, the I keep forgetting it right as I'm about to say it, antibiotics? Did he? The CEO of Microsoft, ex-CEO of Microsoft, I guess, man who owns about 40% or plus of the fucking farmland here in the US, man who bioengineers food that has made people infertile, man who invested in vaccines that he knowingly were either going to cause harm or be ineffective. Billy Boy Gates, one of our heroes, has given his wife an STD from a little Russian 8-year-old girl that he got from Epstein. He ate his pizza raw, and his wife paid for it. I don't know. It's just, and he's not getting charged either. And I think that's fantastic. You know why? Because it's proof that not only is billionaireism and celebrityism powerful, but it proves that you too have a chance to make it up there and then, give your partner an STD secretly that you have to cure behind their back. It's a hell of a story. It's a good bonfire story. I don't know. There's a lot of celebrities that are on this list. Like, I know I brought up Jay-Z before, but apparently he's mentioned in there multiple times for having solicited sex with a 13-year-old alongside Harvey Weinstein. Does Beyonce know about this? Did Beyonce touch the 13-year-old girl too? Who knows? I know they were at the Diddy parties. So they were at the Diddy parties and the Epstein parties. They were cool enough to be invited to both parties. Just to be clear, not everyone gets that honor. That is a hard pass. Like, not a hard pass. Like, I don't know if I'd pass. I don't know if you'd pass. Who would pass, really? It's more like, man, that's a hard pass to obtain. You know how cool you gotta be to make it to the Epstein and Diddy parties? You gotta be putting in some serious work on children. It just makes you kind of happy to hear that at least they were bonding. Jay and Harvey. Before Harvey went to jail, he got to have a buddy. He got to have good talks with Jay and maybe set something up so when he was in jail, he was a bit more comfortable. Who knows? Or maybe they just raped a 13-year-old together, or a few of them, and then just said whatever. Is that why Beyonce? Oh my God. Go talk to Becky with the good hair. Isn't that Beyonce's line? Wasn't that fucking Beyonce's line? Becky with the good hair. Was Becky 13? Huh? Is watermelon code for children too? I heard something was code for children. Can't remember what it was, but I'll think of it here in a little bit. It's just the celebrities have kind of just given themselves away in some levels, and it's beautiful. I remember what I was thinking. Who gave it all away? It's Chrissy Teigen. Pretty sure that's her name. Here, let me not just go and besmirch a random woman's names. Christina Ricci. No, it's not Christina Ricci. It is Chrissy Teigen, the woman who tweeted, thousands of posts about watching young girls do splits and feeling dirty and wanting to do things to herself after watching these young girls dress trashy on toddlers and tiaras. Lots of explicit tweets about pizza and grape soda, interestingly enough. Oh, pizza and ranch and grape soda. That's where I got all the inspo for this from. That's what it is. And she said she's going to go to jail for fucking #chickens. That's the chicken tenders. And they're dino nuggets in case none of you fucking paid attention, noticed, or I didn't show you or anything. They are dino nuggets. Because you know what? You got to keep it kid friendly. You have to make sure that the pizza and the grape soda and the chicken are kid friendly. Fucking thousands of texts talking about eating pizza and having pizza and ranch all over herself in the morning. Having Brad Pitt bring her pizza. Having fucking... What is it here? I want to see if I can find you one of these real quick. Here. I'm not goddamn crazy, motherfuckers. Johnny and I are on our way to the hashtag Hollydale, hashtag the Hollydale, at Karina Belanoff is serving a nice 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome. These are fun. I'm going to jail over pizza. Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just ... I just want to put myself in jail. Hashtag toddlers and tiaras. You know, it's just... I think it's kind of beautiful seeing how in the skinny pedos drink pedo light. Water slide that goes through a shark tank. And what's funny about the Shark Tank thing is I read one of the emails where Epstein was talking to a guy and he said, I have an aquarium full of girls and all full of sharks. And the one guy responded, I like great whites, but I don't like hammerheads. So interesting that water slide goes through a shark tank. F yeah, time to get my pedo on. Hashtag solo rider. You know what? Props to them. They have literally gone out of their way to not even hide it from anyone, but we have so willingly accepted what it is and tried to hide ourselves from the reality of what they are for so long that we just have let them be this. And this is okay. That's why it's okay. At this point, Tim Dillon said it best. At this point, it's about picking your favorite pedophile and supporting them. I say you pick your top 3 pedophiles and you support them from there. I say you shoot high because the higher you go with your pedophile, the more businesses you have access to. So if you like support a low-level pedophile, like if you choose Jared from Subway, you only get to support Subway. It's not a good motto if you ask me. But if you support somebody like Donald Trump or something like that, you have access to a lot more businesses. You have hotels, restaurants, across seas ventures. Or if you do somebody like, oh damn, I just had them at the top of my head. I'm trying to think. There was another celebrity or another pedophile that I wanted to talk about. Elon Musk, that's the other one. That motherfucker. You want to support somebody who you can have more access to more businesses across the board? You can support a pedophile like Elon Musk. And do you know why? Because then you can go watch SpaceX things. You can own a Tesla. You can have a Twitter or I guess X account. And I know you're wondering, why would I be bringing up Elon? Well, that is because of one beautiful message that I saw. No, don't you try and run away from me, you little fucking email. Bastard. Nope. Do you have any parties planned? I've been working on the edge of sanity this year. Here, hold on. Yeah, he's basically asking... Oh, here we go. The main message. Probably just Tallulah and me. What day and night will be the wildest party on Equal Hour Island? You know, props to Elon Musk. Props to him because he has the time not only to run 800 businesses, to be raising 13 children, to have 14 baby mamas. He has time to go party with Epstein and touch kids. I think that's a beautiful thing when your CEO can go and touch kids. For all of you who work at SpaceX and all of you people who may listen to this, I see you around here, whatever the case is, your CEO, he want to touch kids. Just as heads up. I actually read a little bit of this full thing because it's very curious how they text in general. It's always with these equal signs and at certain intervals. I understand that there are codes, but it's just strange to read. You are welcome to stay or just come for the day. Plenty of room. I will send Helly to get you. Do you have any parties planned? I've been working under the edge of sanity this year, and so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. He wanted to drop off the kids before he went and touched kids. That's a good dad. That is a good dad. He's not offering his kids to be touched. He's not bringing his kids to the party for them to touch or be touched. He's dropping off his kids. Elon is dropping off his kids before he goes and touches kids. That is a good father. That's a good father. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Understand, I will see you on St. Barth. The ratio on my island might make Tallulah uncomfortable. Interesting. Ratio is not a problem for Tallulah. How many people will you be for the heli to island? Probably just Tallulah and me. What day and night is the wildest party on? Equal our island. See? You know what? It's good that Elon is not only dropping off his kids before he touches kids. It's good that he is going and he's bringing his girlfriend with him. If you're going to go and party with pedophiles and psychopaths and all these things, better you bring your woman with you and actually make it a family venture. Or not even a family venture, a couple's weekend. You know what I mean? Get away for the weekend. Get away for the weekend with Elon. Bill and Hillary went down there. They know what it's about. Bill went down there dozens of times. Hillary and Bill were mentioned dozens of times, and they went down there. You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe Epstein's Island was more of a couple's resort, more of a getaway for families, and maybe Jay-Z and fucking, maybe Jay and Beyonce were fucking down there. Big Hove and B were down there. Couples getaway. Maybe it's a couples retreat. Maybe Epstein's Island, maybe the real Epstein's Island was the friends we made all along. Maybe the real sex trafficking list was the couples that he helped bring back together. Do you ever consider that? No, you didn't. Why would you ever consider that? Him and Ghislaine had the place. Jay and Beyonce. Fucking George H.W. Bush and his wife. Bill Gates and, well, obviously not Melinda. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Yeah, we're about to get to HW. But did you guys know that even RFK Jr. was mentioned in the Epstein files? Fucking RFK Jr. was mentioned in the Epstein files. He fucking, oh my God, Epstein, the island is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's, please, get me a 13-year-old girl that you can allow me to touch. Doing his voice hurts. It takes a second. Here, give me a little song. Give me a second. Elon, you gotta make sure that these girls are tested positive for COVID, because I think my seed could possibly cure the COVID from these girls. They have to swallow my seed. Every last bit. Jesus, sorry, I need some grape soda after that. That tasted delicious. I love the island and everything you've done with the place. God, can you imagine being like 9 years old and in the next room, all you hear is It's a beautiful penis, a wonderful penis. All you have to do is just touch it a little bit. Just touch the penis a little bit. It's a beautiful penis, wonderful penis. Completely clean, wonderful, the best penis. And then in the room over from there, all you hear is, and you're going to swallow my seed. And then right as he nuts, he's like, oh yeah. It's like a smoker with one of those throat things, one of those little vocal boxes, but they're sitting there like banging it against their throat rapidly instead of just holding it there. That's his voice. This was not just to make fun of his voice. This was more, it amazes me the amount of people here. And the number one story that I really wanted to talk about in all of this, not even Donnie with his fucking sexcapade auctions, like where he's auctioning off children, by the way, and doing so with his own testing measures on how to price them, such as inserting fingers and things. This story, there's worse ones and there's so much more to all this, but this one was just kind of, it shows you how far back this goes, because Epstein mentioned George H.W. Bush. And when he mentions George H.W. Bush, he describes a scenario in which George H.W. Bush, that's George Bush Sr., for those of you young folk at home who don't understand or know who that is, was on a boat with several of his cronies, we'll call them, where they tied down a young boy, and Mr. H.W. Bush proceeded to not only rape the child, well, I mean, he proceeded to rape the child for one, and then, while tied up, they cut the child's feet. You guys can look all this up. Please do. Everything I've said here tonight, you can look up, verify, unverify. I can't even tell you if any of this is 100% true, because so much is not only doctored, so much is coming out that's AI generated, so much is coming out that's been redacted. It's like they've made it even harder for you to believe what you're actually supposed to be seeing is real in all of these measures. But after raping said young boy, and he was tied up, they cut his feet with a scimitar in a way that wouldn't leave a scar. Some ceremonial fucking thing where they bleed the child. Then they continued to dismember the child, top off the arms and limbs, fucking cartel style. And then they disemboweled the young boy and proceeded to eat feces from the bowels within. All I'm saying is I like to party, but this seems to be a bit too fucking hardy of a party if you ask me. I don't know. Maybe Satan has some commentary and he'll make some sentence on this one day, but I think that this is a little bit extra if you ask me. I don't know. And it's just crazy to think that it goes back all the way to even the late 80s, 90s with this. Late 80s and 90s, this is what we've been doing. This has all been going on for so much longer than that. I do want to be very clear that Epstein is not the first. He's not the last. He's probably not even the biggest fish in the pond. Epstein is kind of like the John Gotti of pedophiles. He is the one that made it fucking... Epstein is the John Gotti of pedophiles. He made it to where it was supposed to look cool, quote unquote. The whole point of what John Gotti and Epstein did is they wanted to be in your face so they could deny what they were doing. It was the idea of, what, just because I look like a fucking gangster, just because I look like a fucking pedophile, you gotta assume I'm a fucking pedophile? Or just because just because I've got millions of dollars and I'm doing it behind closed doors and you don't exactly know what's going on, that doesn't make me a mobster or a pedophile per se. It's the idea of the arrogantly hiding in plain sight and literally buying out so much that people have no other choice but to just be like, accept it all. But just to accept it. Like, any of you, I'm going to do a side-by-side at some point of John Gotti and fucking Epstein and show you fuckers at home. But there were old-fashioned pimps, old-fashioned gangsters, old-fashioned tricks, old-fashioned pedophiles, old-fashioned pedophile rings, old-fashioned ways of running that shit. And there's been ways of doing all these things since the beginning of fucking gang wars, since the beginning of fucking the first occult, since the beginning of the first blackmail operation. All these things. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I was going somewhere. I don't know. All these things have been around for fucking ever. But what this George H.W. story should be telling you people at home, and a lot of this story should be telling you, because it's got Peter Thiel, fucking RFK, H.W. Trump, Billy Boy Gates, Ehud Barak, the former prime minister, or Israeli prime minister, actors, foreign emissaries, kings, queens, princes, China, everything under the sun is mentioned in these Epstein files, and we're gonna end up addressing this at some other point. But do you guys, for any of you at home who have not looked deeply through it and who are going to, just know that these people like to party fucking hardy. These are the celebrities that Miss Billie Eilish tells you should listen to. All these fucking people who are going to Epstein's Island, going to Diddy parties, all of these things. These are the celebrities that people say you should be listening to. All I gotta say is, if you're gonna be listening to them, pick your 3 favorite fucking pedophiles, call it even, and go about your business, because that is all you're gonna be able to have at the end of the day. That's not even my suggestion. That was Tim Dillon's, but I love the advice. Absolutely love the advice. I'd have to say that Billy Boy Gates might be one of my favorite pedophiles. Just a fucking awful, deviant human being. They all are. Anyone who believes that there's too many people is probably not somebody you should be hanging around. Because who is it they're willing to kill? Because it's certainly not themselves to help fix the population problem. Just remember that shit. Just remember that shit when you're eating your pizza and drinking your grape soda and eating your chicken. These are the people. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. It's wonderful. Don't celebrities just make the world better? Don't you feel they help make the world go around? Epstein is like the number one celebrity of pedophiles. I know that you guys are going to say like Donnie and Billy and other Billy and Georgie and Peter and RFK and all these other people. And yes, Donnie probably is the most prolific. The most powerful and prolific man in the world right this very second. There's no other way around it. I hate saying it like that, but no other way around it. And I still think Epstein is arguably the more famous pedophile. This is not something I want to take up as like a fucking debate between any of you fucking psychopaths out there. This person's worse than the other. This person's worse than the other. I don't care about them. I don't care about them. I care about them because they entertain me and because I have a weird curiosity about why these fucking evil people, it's just, they're entertainment for me. I do not care about these people, and I would not go to bat or to war for any of them. I promise you that. These fucking psychopaths, I'll see them all in a level of hell below me. But we're all still going to hell, fuckers. I'd like to go to heaven, but ooh, baby. After reading some of these things that these people have fucking done, I don't know if any of us are going to heaven. Holy shit, baby. Holy shit. But you know what? Maybe not all celebrities are bad. Maybe not all celebrities are bad. I mean, look at Melania. Beautiful Woman, new movie came out. I haven't seen it and I'm not going to watch it. But I did go and watch another movie and I bought the bucket because I liked the bucket and it spoke to me. Women in Power. women who can help make change in the world, women who are of a higher breed and caliber. Melania. The number one movie in 19 years. The number one documentary in 19 years. The reason I bought the bucket is because of that. Because it is the number one documentary in the last 2 decades. Do you know what a big fucking stat that is and what that means for us? To know that Melania, mentioned in the Epstein Files, has such a good movie out that it has 5% on Rotten Tomatoes and 1.3 on IMDb. That's a fantastic film. If you ask me, I think that people are not going to give it the love it deserves, and they should respect our First Lady, and they should go watch the movie, and they should go and pay respect to Brett Ratner, who was also seen in the Epstein Files with young ladies. I think that this is, again, one of those things. Pick your favorite pedophile. If you're choosing Donnie T, guess what you have access to? More movies, like Melania. Fantastic movie. Haven't seen it yet. Probably might not see it. Maybe we'll see it just to talk about it to you people. Probably won't see it, I'll be honest. I tried watching The Weeknd's movie. That was one of the most awful pieces of dog shit I've ever seen in my entire life. That's a movie I'm going to go off about one of these days because Jesus Christmas, that was just terrible. That was a fucking... I don't understand why celebrities sometimes try to change fields. I don't understand why they try to influence things. I don't understand why they try and, I don't know, touch kids and then tell you not to touch kids. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they do some of the things they do. Podcasters aren't terrible, though. Not all of them. Some of them are. Some of them are absolutely horrendous pieces of vile, grotesquerie nonsense. But Markiplier seems to be doing good. I watched his movie. That's the one that I got the Melania bucket for, was his movie, Iron Lung. It was a great movie about this criminal who got in trouble for blowing his load into 62 people and killing them all. And so they trap him in spoilers, by the way, for any of you, blah, blah, blah. It's always spoilers. If I start talking about a fucking film, just understand that it's spoilers. From here on out, any of you at home who are going to be watching this show, give them this reference point. It's always spoilers. So they lock him in a fucking submarine in a sea of blood after this fucking what they call the quiet rapture. And his entire thing is to swim around with an X-ray gun and try and fucking find wreckage of all of these other ships or whatever the case is. And he doesn't realize he has an X-ray gun, so he's thinking he's taking photos of skeletons that are left in the ocean. And he tries to ram his fucking boat into one of these things, and it turns out that it's a fucking actual living thing, you goddamn Nimrods, because it's an X-ray gun. So he rammed himself into a goddamn living a giant fish. Oh my god, man. Just the X-rays. This was a fantastic film. I make jokes, but this was, let me not say fantastic. It was good, great idea. Way too fucking long. Could have been done in an hour and a half without question. 2 hours and 7 minutes was gratuitous. Started to fall asleep at the hour and 45 minute mark. Way too much, or way too long. It was a great idea. I like the biblical references. I like the acting was good. I like the fact that you don't see very many movies, or really any movies, where it's just one set, and it's literally one set, one room, everything, one actor. That was a good testament to not only his writing, but acting and film. It was a good movie. Recommend if you've got the extra free time. I don't know if I'd go see it over Melania, of course, because why would I go and see any movie that doesn't involve our First Lady at this point? I mean, it's just disgusting. It was good, though. It ended with him blowing his load in a giant fish. He blew up in a giant fish's mouth. And at the end of the movie, everyone has cancer. He's dead in a sea of blood. The fish is dead. And I don't know. He didn't even get to jerk off in front of a Target in their parking lot. You know what I mean? It was just kind of sad. He could have made it to Epstein's Island. I think that if he directed himself long enough, he might have made it to the island. Then he could have enjoyed himself some pizza. Some pizza and some grape soda. You know, it's the luxuries like this. The Melania bucket, the iron lung, the chicken, the pizza, what is this? What the fuck soda do I have? The orange crush, the Fanta grape. These are luxuries. The fucking iguanas, the shoes made out of iguana, that's a luxury. The being able to steal things from Target, being able to jerk off in front of a Target, being able to have a biolab in Vegas is a luxury. Being able to threaten people with biochemical warfare is a fucking luxury in this world. Being able to touch kids and get away with it and not be charged is a fucking luxury in this world. Being able to go to Epstein's Island and party day and night and party hardy is a fucking luxury in this world that no one gets to enjoy anymore, except for the people who maintain that place and stalk it 24/7 to make sure no one goes investigating. Luxuries in this world, people. It's a luxury to be able to get antibiotics you can slip your wife after you gave her an STD without her knowing. It's a luxury to be able to rape a minor and then sacrifice them to the devil and all of these ritualistic sacrifices and then eat their feces. It is a luxury to be able to strangle a woman to death in order to make yourself come. That's Prince Andrew or something like that. Fucking, you know, some people need to just choke somebody to death and watch the life leave their eyes so they can come. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that describes a lot of Americans. In order to come, they have to watch somebody be strangled to death or strangle somebody to death themselves. They couldn't just settle for, normal kink play. They had to up it. And you know what? I say redacted. I say redacted. I say redacted. Can I say something else? You know what? I say that at the end of the day, really, all that matters, and I mean this truly, is that you appreciate the luxuries that you have in this world. Because, God damn it, not everyone got to enjoy that island. Maybe you guys will think about that next time before you go judging somebody. Y'all have a beautiful day. Stay safe, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye.